Hi, I'm Jami Philbrick for iamROGUE.com. I'm here in Los Angeles at the world-famous Professional Drum Shop, where I had a chance to talk to director Denny Tedesco as well as members of the legendary Wrecking Crew about the new documentary, The Wrecking Crew. Here's what they had to say about the new movie and their legendary careers.
Well, because I started, and Dad got sick in 1996, so that's when I started the project. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I thought about this the other day. I thought, if he hadn't been diagnosed with terminal cancer, what if he was cancer? Would I have jumped? I don't know. You know what I mean? But that was like my impetus to get I got to get this done. I was fortunate to be at the right place at the right time and understanding what these guys are, about. So I started those interviews. Dad passed in '97. I kept going. There's a few people we missed. I wish I would have gotten Jack Nitzsche. I wish I would have gotten Steve Douglas and Ray Pullman. But I'm happy with what we have. And like you said, if this film had been finished when it was finished in 2008 and released, it's not the same film. So I'm thrilled about that. I was able to get Leon Russell. I was able to get found footage that I'd never even seen until 6 months ago. These guys in the studios, which is amazing. So I'm very lucky for that to happen.
One day I had a situation with Elvis Presley. I had no idea. I had gotten a call for Elvis for a film at MGM in those days, and I told the contractor I couldn't make the whole week. I could only work the first 5 days, and the last fifth day I had to leave at 4 o'clock Culver City time in order to get back to Hollywood because I had a date, at like an 8 o'clock date, and it takes a long time to drive in those days. I knew Tom Parker. He was a good guy. He knew who I was, straight, sober. And he called me, and I said, I just can't make it. I'm working. I wouldn't cancel you or Elvis or any. So he said, okay, don't worry about it. So now I get a call back from Mickey Whalen, who says, I want you here for the whole week, and we'll let you leave at 4 o'clock on Friday. I said, okay, great. Boom. I walk away. 4 o'clock. I have to get out of there. I decided to use a little psychology. I went to Red West, who was close to Elvis. I said, Red, I know that this is Elvis Presley stuff, but I know that you run this whole outfit. He said, you damn right I do. And I explained the situation. He said, you go ahead and do your thing. I'll take care of it. I went to each one of these so-called Memphis Mafia guys, and I said, I can't think of their names. I said, I know this is Elvis's show, but I was promised I could leave here, and I know you run this outfit, not that. You're damn right. Every one of them said, you're damn right I do. This Memphis Mafia. So when I left. I had a call from Jimmy Bowen. We were doing some date at United up in Hollywood, and Jimmy calls me a few days later. He says, what's this about you walking out on an Elvis Presley session? I said, what are you talking about? I said, where did you hear this? He said, I had dinner with Tom Parker last night, and he told me you walked out of their date at 4 o'clock on Friday night. I said, I had permission to do that. And Jimmy Bowen, God bless him, he said, look, from now on, don't ever cancel Elvis Presley. Just don't do it. And he said, and from now on, every time you fill out a W-4 or W-2 to get paid, W-4s, he said, you write on their double scale. And that's when I knew I had some. Because from then on, anything I did for these people was double scale.
Listening to Hal tell the stories, it was such an exciting time, and we didn't have the time to realize it. And it just was, everything was going on so quickly that we were with Elvis one day, Sinatra another. We did so many dates with Nancy Sinatra, also, That was a big thing for me because all her dates, And over the years, you start to look at things more and more and more and more. One of my favorite dates was the Stone Ponies with Linda Ronstadt. Brian Wilson first, Phil Spector, Jimmy Bowen. Lee Hazelwood was an amazing producer, and a lot of guys learned from him, especially in the country field. And then there was Nick Vinay at Capitol, David Axelrod at Capitol, these were all these guys. H.B. Barnum, you know, Steve Douglas at Capitol, you know, and Dick Lasser and his. There were so many producers that were fun to work with, and that kept us going. Recently, I'm driving in my car, and I have K-Earth on, which is the classics.
K-Earth 101.
And there was like 5 or 6 in a row that Hal and I had played on, one after the other. Now, how can you not love that? It was just incredible. I said, who had an idea that this would be like that?
We were averaging 19 record dates a week. I was anyway at that time, and from there I went to movies. I've done 2,000 movies in town, and I'm still working. So I'm enjoying it.
It's funny because someone asked me recently, was it hard, you know, when your father passed? As far as I'm concerned, my father never left me. You know, he's always with me. And I know that sounds corny, but he's not, because everything I kept doing over the years, I kept thinking of what he taught me. The reason I'm here today is what he taught me. He didn't teach me music. Can't play a note. But he taught me how to keep cool, keep patient. And after 19 years, I'm just thrilled that these guys, you know, Emil, Don, and Hal, they all get their due now.
It was a real honor to speak to all you guys. Thank you.
Great.